Hi guys, Ben here. Hope you're going well despite the lockdown, which is impacting again most of us. So we wanted to have a live session again with you guys to take the opportunity to repair Baddy and implement some repair cafe sessions with you guys. For members having their Baddy at home, or who can fetch their Baddy. If it's a sport in a sports hall, if you have chance to have your Baddy with you, and if your Baddy needs some fixing, those sessions are made for you. So the idea is that we all repair our Baddy and we maintain it in good shape so that we can start the season when it's time to go back to the court and to practice some badminton again. You guys have your Baddy up and running. We got a first session right now, but we hopefully gonna have another one if you guys like this kind of live event. So don't hesitate if you have a problem with your Baddy, if you want some help to get it fixed. Those sessions are made for you. So give us a wave on Facebook or YouTube channel if you want some support and if you want us to investigate your Baddy. Obviously, most of the stuff we're gonna share right now are going to be of interest for you because we all have the same version of Baddy right now, metal version, and hopefully we are going to show you some tricks and some maintenance tricks which are going to be very helpful. Don't hesitate to ask questions if you have any, and we'll be glad to help and to answer directly live in your chat right now. All right, let's go. So as of today, we got a Baddy from a member, and this Baddy had serious problem, electronics problem, instabilities, and it has some mechanics problem with energy transfer issues, and we wanted to investigate since we didn't understand the point. That was the first time we had some issues like this on Baddy, and we wanted to understand what's going on. So we asked our member to send his Baddy to us, and we wanted to share with you the result of the investigation. And this is what we're gonna do right now. So the main problem here when we receive the Baddy is related to electronics. As you can see here, I'm not sure if you can see that properly here. Yeah, you can see that the electronic board has been fixed directly on the frame without using the small spacers like this. So that's a deep problem. That's a serious problem since the frame is made of metal, and if you put an electronic board on this, you're gonna have shortcuts. You guys need to avoid doing this. This is really going to mess up all your electronics. So for sure, we can be 100% sure that your electronic was shortcut, and some of your components, whether it's ESC, whether it's a motor, whether it's the controller itself, whether it's the LED square here, it was maybe damaged somehow. So we will need to investigate this. There is another problem here with this Baddy with this mounting is related to the mechanics. So you can see that here, yeah. The way it was mounted here is not using the washers, meaning that the structure was deeply and badly bent. This side of the metal fire room was completely bent, impacting as well the motorboard here. And you see this is very bad. How can you ensure a proper energy transfer to shuttlecocks if your wheels are not aligned at all? So yeah, we found most of the problems after a quick check. Here there is a problem here with regards to how the rubber washers were implemented. There are many parts which are missing right now, so the silent blocks cannot do their work properly. You can see here it's really badly mounted. Yeah, another stuff which is really easy stuff but can really badly impact your Baddy is this little screw here related to your retainers attached. This little screw here is really too tightly screwed, so your retainer is not gonna move easily. I mean, it's very hard, giving a very hard time to the servo motor of the retainer. So this is really bad for your Baddy. So we are going to review all the points and hopefully fix everything. It's not rocket science, but at least we are sharing the method of investigating and correcting everything, so that you guys can, if you are meeting the same problem, if you have a new Baddy at hand, and if you don't know about the technology, we can share how it works, and you will see it's very simple stuff, and yeah, hopefully you'll be able to fix it as well. All right, so let's first unmount the electronics and share with you guys the results of investigation and see how deeply the shortcut affected the rest of the electronic elements of the Baddy. Alright, let's get the ball rolling. We just gonna need some tools, so screwdriver here. Alright, so this will be for later on. Oh, I'm just gonna unmount the electronics for now. So I need a pair of pliers. Alright. Alright. That everyone can see, I'm just disassembling the electronics board from frame, making sure not to damage any wire during the operation. Okay, first one, first screw. Second one. All right, here we go. So that's my electronics board. I'm going to disconnect the motors. Okay. I'm going to disconnect the ESCs as well. Good. So we were able to unmount the electronics boards. Right now we're going to disconnect everything and inspect if we don't have any burn traces somewhere. So what do we have? I'm going to remove the remaining screw here. Okay. And we have a problem here. Okay, quick visual check seems to be okay. So we are going to check if the motherboard is alive. So I'm going to take a USB controller here. USB cable, sorry, here right now. I'm going to plug this on the electronic board, and I'm going to monitor what's going on. Okay, let's monitor the serial to see what the electronics is telling us. Okay, it seems to boot properly. Okay. Okay, at least the controller seems to work okay. As for now, but we'll check a bit deeper afterwards. So just disconnecting. Okay, let's go back to our mounting. Oh, it's a bit hot. Electronics is a bit hot. We need to check what's going on. When I power it up, the blue controller board is heating up. It's heating up very much. I mean, the temperature, I don't have any temperature probe here, but it's really heating up, so hopefully nothing was damaged. Okay, not looking good, huh? Okay, I'm disconnecting right now. Okay, maybe the controller was somehow damaged. We'll need to check if we need to replace it. So what I'm gonna do now is to remove all the power wires. Wow, it's really hot. The blue controller board is really heating up, which is not good. Okay, right now I'm disconnecting all the power wires. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is to clean up the power wires so that we make sure to insert properly the wires next time. So you can do this by just inserting a small screwdriver inside and making sure the hole is sufficiently large to put some power cable inside. Power cables are this side, so sometimes you need to adapt the holes. Okay. So if there is a defect somewhere, where shall it be? Maybe something was damaged on the controller. We can't really tell right now. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is to test everything. And see if all motors and ESCs are doing their job properly. And I'm going to remove the controller here and to replace it. Despite the fact that it seemed to work fine when I plugged it on my computer on the serial monitor, I think some of the components were damaged on the pin headers here. Some of the connected components have been damaged by a shortcut somewhere, so I will need to replace it. Bye controller. I gotta replace it with a new one. once we got a new controller here, we will just test all the different parts, ESCs, LED square, and servo motors. Okay. So, okay, let's go. We're just going to wires properly. So make sure that each of the power wires is plugged in properly and correctly attached into the power connector. Sometimes you face a situation where this is just slipping out the connector, and this is really bad since this is a power connector we're talking about right now. So we must make sure that it is very, very well attached and fixed to the connector. Okay, here we go. Right, so that's really the intent here is to test that each of the components is working fine. So we have been replacing the controller already, using a new one, brand new one. Okay, here we go. Let's take the battery connector. See that? Let's make sure that we got all the wires properly stowed and have nothing going outside the power connector hole. Otherwise, you are enabling shortcut situations. So make sure this is really this task is performed really thoroughly. Okay. Let's make sure this is really clean before we insert it into the female power connector. Alright, here we go. Okay. Right. So I'm going to connect the switch servo motor. Wait a minute, I'm going to stow the wires so that we can really put the board outside the metal frame. Switch servo, ground here, common wires is yellow. Here we go. Back. Alright, let's take the power wire, the common wire, sorry, of the right motor here, and we connect it here. We did the same thing with the left motor right now. Right. Okay. We are missing the LED square in front, so I'm going to unmount it. Yeah, we will have to unmount it since some adjustments will have to be made on the structure. So I'm just changing the tool, screwdriver here. Got a next key here, and then we can unmount. Yeah, you need to. Right, first one. Second one here. So the battery is not connected yet. All the operations that we do right now must be done without having the battery connected. In this case, you make sure that you prevent any shortcut situations. You have to connect the battery at the very last step. Right. I'm going to connect the power switch here and here. Okay. Check it's off. Okay. So let's take the wires. Let's square here. Alright. Okay, so I don't need this. I'm just going to remove it. And this I'm going to connect directly, and I need to keep the same color sequence on the shield side. Green, blue, and purple. Okay, here we go. So this is my new controller board here. I'm just going to check that it's not heating up too much. If the heat is not abnormal. Every controller board, when you connect it on a power source, is going to heat up a little bit. But this one was definitely heating up too much. So we definitely had an issue. So I just connected my controller to a USB cable. And I'm just monitoring the temperature, which is really nice. Okay. All good. So I'm having my battery right now. I'm going to connect my battery. And I'm going to power on all the stuff. Right, let's wait a little bit. Let's see if the LED square is oh, it seems to work correctly. Let's have a look at this one, this Baddy. Alright, we got both motors working. I had a beep for both motors, so we are quite okay right now. So the electronics seems working fine. It was just the controller which was impacted. So the heat, the temperature is accurate, I would say. And all the rest is going okay. So I'm just right now checking the temperature of the ESCs. So the ESCs are the electronic board fixed with the motors. So this one is it should heat up a little bit, but not that much. Heating up it is normal because they are converters. They are taking 12 volts, converting in 5 volts, so they're going to heat a little bit. And this despite the fact that the motors didn't spin. So the fact that it's heating up on the ESC side, both ESCs, this one is completely normal, but it shall not heat up too much. So we've heard both noise, the noise of the of both motors. We've heard that the servo motors are correctly doing their job. And this despite the fact that we have a screw here which is really tightly attached to the... Oh, yeah, well, we have a problem here. Oh, they forgot to put the... Oh, alright. So here's something really bad that happened, that was made here. I'm going to just take that and just unmount it. This is really not good. They just forgot to... Oh, wow. Okay, I'm just going to switch off everything, unmount battery. See that they forgot to use a washer. There is a plastic washer here which has been somehow forgotten during the mounting phase, and we need to put it right now, otherwise the retainer won't be working properly. So this is what we're gonna do now. I need to unmount everything. So now the system is switched off, so I can put my retainer this way so that the operation is much more easy for me. I don't know if you can see that. Alright. Right, this is nail stop nut, which is a bit harder to unscrew. Okay, we're almost done. Wow, I didn't see that in the beginning. Okay, unmount. I'm just keeping all the screws and nuts and everything here. Okay. I need to get a plastic part here in order to put the retainer back into a normal situation here. Yeah, let's see that. I'm going to put the camera differently. Okay, it would be much better. I need to get some support here. Give it 2 seconds. Up. Alright. It's going to be much better. Much better now. Alright, all good. This is much better. Alright, you see that? So there was a missing washer here. It's not good for the retainer. So what I'm gonna do right now is just to confirm all the parts are working fine. I'm going just to make a small test. Switch Baddy on. I'm going to connect to the Wi-Fi right now. Where is my Wi-Fi? Okay, Baddy. I'm going to launch the application. Skip. Alright, it's connected. Just going to make 2 shots. Right, you see that? All the motors seems to work fine. Nothing heating up abnormally. Controller is up and running again. The LED square is working fine. Servo motors are okay. Tough guys, since this side here was really badly fixed on the frame, and it's really hard for the servo motor to do its job properly. So what we're gonna do right now is to unmount the electronics. We're gonna fix all the mechanic stuff because most of the parts have been bent in a very weird way and the structure has been affected. So we're gonna fix that, bend it the other side so that the structure is getting a normal outlook, and then yeah, we'll be good to go. Yeah. So I'm just disconnecting the battery right now. So we're safe. We're safe again. I'm going to change my tool. Need to put the power wires out, and we're going to stow the wires differently in order to fix the electronic board properly on the frame. Okay. All right. Here we go. This is going out. This is going out. All right. So let's keep that for later on. And we're gonna concentrate on the structure right now, on the mechanics. So that's the main problem we have. Here, something wrong has been done with feet. See that it's really wrongly bent here, and it's affecting all the rest of the structure. Even the motherboard is affected. So we need to change that. So what we're gonna do is to unmount this. And after that we'll be able to operate properly. So we need to get our tool right now. Here, I'm going to use my little screwdriver. Okay, let's wait. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, this is really bad. So look at this. You guys, please remember, you need to remove the protection on the parts. Okay, there is a paper protection on this. And the reason of this is we want to keep the parts clean during the cutting process, during the production process. So you need to remove that. Seriously. This is going to badly affect the look of your body if you don't do this. And here I can see that, oh yes, they have glued the paper paper protection. So right, I'm sorry guys, but I'm not gonna change this. I'm just going to just repair the mechanics and electronics. All the outlooks will be for the owner to solve. Okay. Well, luckily this is aluminium, so this is quite flex, so we can just repair with a pair of pliers. It's gonna be okay. Okay, you can really quickly make sure that your Baddy is having its original shape. So make sure that the wires are not damaged during the operation. Okay. Alright. This is aluminium structure, it's really flex, so if you have a problem like this, if your Baddy is falling down the floor and you see there is a disformation somewhere, you will be able to quickly make it to make it look good. All right, I'm just going to. Oh wow. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Right. So it's still bent. We can do something. All right. So another problem. I'm going to remove the wires for the sake of the clarity of the operation. There's another problem with the motherboard here. You see that the metal necks, they are not. Oops. See that? Yeah, I guess so. This little metal neck is out, and it should be in and fixed in order to have a motherboard structure that is not moving at all, and that is rigid enough to enable energy transfer to the shuttlecock. So this one needs to be fixed, right? So here we go. What we're gonna do right now, I'm just going to use a pair of pliers again. All right. Oops, there's something wrong with a long screw here. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a long screw here. See that? This one, it's nothing to do here. I'm going just to remove it. Okay, I need to find the right tool for this. Right. Alright, this has nothing to do here. Good. I need to replace with another screw. Okay, here we go. So we almost found a normal shape here for a Baddy. I'm going to fix the motherboard, the nicks, little metal nicks right here. Okay, this is how I'm gonna do. So you can see that. Just going to push here. Can you see that? Yeah. I'm just making sure you can see that. To push with my finger here. So that the little nick here is really inserted into the metal, and I'm going to use a plier to fix it. Again, just to bend it a little bit. Not easy when everything is mounted, but we will manage it, no problem. Alright, just did it for this one. We need to do the same for this side of the robot. Okay, here we go. Make sure you're not damaging any wire. Okay, here I'm pretty sure the motherboard structure is fixed properly. Right. Okay. So what do you have now? So the level between wheels is not that much accurate, so I'm going to adjust it. See that the wheels do not have the same height still. Okay, so I need to lower down the position of this one. I also noticed that you can see that there are missing screws. They're just putting one screw here, and here the screw is missing, so not good. You need to put the two attaching screws if you want the metal hub to be sufficiently attached to your motor shaft. You need to do that, guys. So I'm going to find a replacement screw to adapt it, but right now first I need to make sure that my two wheels do have a good level. So it's good. In that case, the wheels are on the top of the shaft, which is nice. So what I'm going to do right now is, yeah, I'm just going to lower down this one. It's a bit high. Okay. Can we see that? I think it's almost good. Yeah, it's good. So I'm going to fix it, and I'm going to put another screw to fix it, definitely. Alright. Not too much, because we want to be able to unmount the wheels when it will be time to replace it. But at least right now the structure is getting a bit better, huh? Right now, and you know, the shape is upright, and the motherboard is doesn't have this ugly bending that is had before. And you see that the metal necks here, they have been really strongly attached and fixed, so your motherboard rigidity is good. So right now I'm going to look for the two screws that are missing right now here on the metal hub of the wheels, and I'm going to look for the washer here. Here, the missing washer to fix the retainer. I'm going to fetch that part, and then afterwards we're going to remount the full electronics and check if everything is working fine. Alright. Alright, let's go. Let's first set the retainer correctly. So I found my plastic washer, my retainer. I need to put it here. Okay. I mean, this one is too small. Not the good one. Not the good one. Up. This one. Yeah, much better. Okay. I need nut here. Okay. So this is a needle stop nut, so we need to use a pair of pliers to fix it. So we're not gonna tighten too much. Okay. We just need the needle stop to maintain the retainer properly, but not too tight so that the retainer can rotate as well. And if you remember previously, it was really tight, and the servo motor moving the retainer was just forcing too much. So here I'm close to having the accurate position. Okay. So this is too tight. I'm going to. Okay, this one is okay. All right. So you've seen that I just moved the retainer up to ease the operation. I can have access to both sides by putting the retainer up. You need the Baddy to be switched off during the operation. All right, that sounds good. I'm going to remount the Baddy feet, the central feet, central foot, sorry. And I'm going to properly put the metal washers. So that's the position you need to have. Up. It's much more easy. Okay. Right. Another washer. And you will see that the structure will be upright and not bending at all. You can see that the foot is maintaining both flank of the fire room to be upright. I mean to take the needle stop nut, which is right here. I need a pair of pliers, or this one is too small. Yeah. Proper tool, please. Good. Not too tight. The rotation must be enabled. But at least you see that. Here, that way, the flank is really upright. So that's correct. You need to put the metal washers inside in order to prevent to have a horrible bending that really jeopardizes the whole mechanic structures beforehand. So that's good. So those two washers, I don't need that. Just to clean up a little bit. So that's my former controller. So I'm just marking it with a pen to make sure I'm not going to use it anymore. What I'm going to do is to investigate to check which component was damaged by the shortcut, which is interesting to know. Okay, good. It's time to plug the electronics again, and then we'll be able to make some strokes with Baddy. Sounds good. So the first step is to mount the metal the lead square, sorry. So just giving this orientation so that you can see what I'm doing. So I've plugged the wires before, on the lead square. Okay, no need to screw too much, and just making sure the screws are inserted properly and that the nail stop nuts are engaged properly, or that the screw is engaged properly into the thread of the nut. Right, so I'm need a pair of pliers because this is still nail stop nuts. So I'm going to tighten my screw into the nail stop nut. Good. All good. So we're ready. So now it's the time to stow a little bit the wires and to connect the power wires to the electronic board. So I'm going to make a surprise for this one. I'm not going to put the battery inside. I'm going to offer for our Baddy member who was kind enough to send his mounting to us for investigation. I'm going to offer him an external battery pack. That's gonna be good for him, because he would just have to mount the box and it will be good to go. All right, so these are the power wires of the right motor. So I'm going to do it differently, because the wires are a bit, yeah, sometimes they can be, you know, 1 centimeter shorter than usual. You never know what a supplier can do. It may happen. So in that case, I'm going to put my ESC internally, and that's not gonna be a problem as long as I stow the wire properly. So you see that I put my ESC internally, so this gives me some room here to connect my power wires more easily. Good, let's go. Okay, just here, the black wire, ground into the ground. Oops, just so that I don't have the right tool. Okay, good. Up. So make sure the wires are properly attached into the power connector. That's really important. If for some reason it just disconnects, you are opening up the room for any shortcut issues, and really don't play with shortcut issues, knowing that you have a battery which is able to deliver more than 15 amps at peak. So never ever try to do some exotic stuff with batteries. Power connector needs to be really tightly wired and checked, verified before you plug the battery on. So that's good. I'm going to put this right here. Right, it's okay. I'm just checking that my wires are hooked properly. What I need to do now is to connect my battery connector up. Let's start with the ground. I'm making sure that I don't have any. You see that I don't like this. There's a small wire here. I don't know if you can see that on my finger. A small wire which is just not aligned with the other, and we which may touch the surrounding connectors, which is not good. So you need to really take care of this. Make sure there is no chance that the wires touch each other. That's really key point. Okay, and even if it takes time, it's worth the check. Check this thoroughly. Okay. And if you have an electronics problem, instability, this may be the reason of your problem. Because the Baddy, there is a lot of vibrations, and the power connector may go out if it's not tightened properly. So you need to really take care of that. And as a maintenance task, that will be definitely something I recommend to do. Alright, so here we go. Time to fix everything. I'm going to take my PCB wires. This time I'm not going to forget to put the spacers as well, which are ready here. The two spacers. It will enable that to isolate from the metal frame the electronic board. So just putting the screw into the electronic hole, spacer, screw, spacer. All good. So right now I'm going to fix my electronic board. Note, my battery is not connected yet. Alright, so to force a little bit, make sure you're not damaging anything, especially the common wire. Okay, see, my electronic board is now fixed. I need to put the needle stop nut. Oops, can you see that? Yep. All right, needle stop nut here. All right, let's do this again. That should be better. Okay, this again. All right, so the screws are into the new stop nut thread, and now it's just a matter of tightening all the stuff. So I'm going to take my tool, screwdriver, a pair of pliers. I'm going to take a smaller one. Up. Make sure you got the right tool. Take a smaller pair of pliers. If you don't have a small one, that's okay, but just make sure you're not damaging anything. Okay. Good. I'm just tightening the needle stop nut, and in the other side I'm just using my screwdriver. I don't know if you can see that. I guess yes. Just using my screwdriver to tighten the needle stop nut and make sure my electronic board won't be moving at all, despite whatever vibration, despite whatever happens to your Baddy. If it's falling down the floor, the electronic board is never ever going to touch the metal frame of your Baddy. That's really key point, and that's the reason why, that's the root cause of the problem we had on this Baddy previously. So I'm going to stow the wire a little bit. Right now it's finished. I need to take my common wire here from my right, you see, just stow it properly before connecting to my Baddy. good. Good. Right. So when I store the wires, the goal is to make sure that the common wires are safe and they will be sustainably safe in the future. That means that they won't be damaged by any sort of constraint you put on your Baddy. So I will plug my left motor. Ground is black here. I'm going to use this tightening plastic collar here. So there are some dedicated holes on the motherboard that enable to pass plastic hole through it. So you have to use it. Okay. Good. Maybe it's not clear for you guys what I'm doing right now. Okay, that's better. I'm not tightening too much my fastener because this may damage my common wire. So in that case, I'm making sure that the common wire is not going to go up and touch the wheel when it's spinning. So I might even use another plastic collar. I'm going to take all the wires of my ESC and see that I will have a clean stowing process here, right? And here I know that I'm good to go. At least my right motor is secured. Okay, this is not touching my wheel. The common wire is wired properly, is connected properly, and the power wires are connected properly as well. So that sounds good. So right now we need to connect our second motor. So that's the common wire. I'm going to just to connect it on my electronic board. So you see this is potentially being touched and damaged by the mechanics here. So we need to prevent this. In order to prevent this to happen, in order to prevent this, we need to fix both sides of the wire. So I'm going to take another fastener here. I'm just going to tighten it. Up. All right. So the goal here is to make sure the common wire won't be touched by any mechanics moving parts. So if we're able to secure both ends of the wire, is that clear now? Yeah, that's much better. Then we'll be safe. That's one end. Where's the other one? It's here. I'm going to attach those three wires together and then we'll be good to go. Can you see that? Yes, I guess so. Okay. So in that case we got both motors hooked up properly, and especially the common wires which I was mentioning before, which is tightened on both sides, here and here. Okay, and we can even add one more fastener to even group these three one. So, but that's okay right now. I mean, we are okay. I'm going to plug the servo motors now. So this one is the switch. So I need to connect the ground with the ground. Ground is brown or black. On those servo motors, this is brown. Here is the servo motors of the retainer, and I'm going to connect this one. Okay. I'm going to look for other fasteners, since I will make sure this is cleaned up everywhere. Okay, good. Here and here is a battery. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, lovely. So the last part is the LED square. So we need to make sure the color code is properly set on both sides. Oops. Alright. Now it shall be done. The pin headers, the female one must be fixed properly. And remember the color code. And you have to follow the same order. So, purple, blue, red, green, green, yellow, and orange. Okay, not missing at this point. I'm going to look for other fasteners and make sure this is working well. But at least we are quite okay with the mounting right now. It's looking good, looking really good. So let's check with the battery. Is everything working fine? So is the switch off? Switch off. Plugging battery and switching on again. Let's see what's happened. Wait a little bit. It's not gonna find any hotspot during 10 seconds, and then it's setting the both servo motors okay, and then it's really good. It's really nice, much better than it was. So what we're going to do right now is to make some small tests. Baddy Wi-Fi. Baddy. Go to the app. Check this. Can we do this again? Looking good. What if we can shoot some shuttlecocks? Okay, can you see that? Yes, you can. Take some shuttlecocks here. Okay. Oh, there is a problem with the. I don't know if you noticed, but the switch is, or the trigger is really forward. I need to change position. I need to change its position. You see that? It's too much forward. So what I'm going to do is to use the web commands. So I'm just going to use the I'm going to use the web browser of my mobile phone. So I'm connected to the Baddy Wi-Fi network. Okay, it's unsecure, but I don't care. It's not connected to internet. HTTP .1.2 if I remember well. Switch backward. No, the wrong IP address. Just to deactivate the 4G. Is it connected to my Wi-Fi still? Yes, it's still there. So I'm going to use my computer, Baddy. That's my computer, and I will use a command here, HTTP 192.168.1.2 slash switch backward. Okay. Oh, you see it's moving. Again. Can you see that? So I'm going to repeat the command as much as needed until the switch is getting an accurate position. You see the shuttlecock needs to fall. That's the right position, but if the switch is too much forward, then the shuttlecock is going to fall there, which is not good. It should fall there, not there. Okay, so I'm going to make the shuttlecock move, to make the switch move backward. Again. This one, okay. This one is perfect, I guess. All right. Then the shuttlecock is really fitting the fire room here. That's pretty good. we'll be able to make some tests. I'm going to disconnect from the Wi-Fi. I don't know why my phone didn't work. It was switching to 4G. But anyway, you need to have a laptop. A laptop will make sure that you can actually use the web command. Okay, that way, good. Let's make some tests. Okay. Wow, lot of power. Okay. Good. So the reason why the transfer of power was so high is that we just made some adjustments on the motherboard, which is, as you can see, ooh, here, yeah, as you can see, very flat, and the space between both wheels needs to adjust and adapt a little bit. But with the time, that will be the case. So I will keep the mounting that way, and that's gonna be perfect for this one. So have you understood how we fixed this Baddy? Nothing serious actually. We had a problem definitely with the mounting of the electronics. So I'm going to switch my Baddy off, disconnect my battery. So that was a problem with the electronic board, which was not fixed to the frame using the spacers. So we definitely had a shortcut on the electronics. We are very lucky because we just had the controller which was impacted. The other point that we needed to check is the mechanics. We had a lot of issues with the mechanics. Well, the reason for this is that some parts were omitted or not properly following the tutorial. So yeah, please guys, just follow accurately the tutorial. As an example, here is the paper. You need to remove the plastic paper protection from your plastic parts. That's very important. What we've done so far as well is to stow the wires properly using the little fasteners here, the white one, and to make sure that no one of the wire is going to touch the wheels during the operation. So as you can see, I still have one missing here. I will use it, and in order to fix this connector here. And the last thing to do when remember we have this battery back is to put his battery back inside, or maybe we're gonna do the external battery stuff right now. I'll show you how we do this. Right, just sharing with you guys how we set up an external battery here, taking the occasion to show you the new stuff that are incoming on Baddy. So I just have removed the battery connector from the switch and from the from the power connector on the electronics here. That's the last connector here, and if you can see that, yeah, this one here, we can see the hole here. So you just have to unconnect that and take your connector. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is to have a back plate of your Baddy, a back frame, and as well a new battery pouch that will fix to the frame. So here we go. We got a battery pouch here. So it's a simple pouch with two belts that you can use to put on the frame here. So make sure that this one is the connector, the battery connector, and the principle is very simple. Yeah, the battery inside here that you put into the pouch. And here is actually the battery connector of your Baddy, which is going to go inside your Baddy. That's pretty cool. Right. Okay. Good. Okay, adjusting the pouch a little bit. Here we go. What you need to do right now is to fix the power wires again. So again, clean up to avoid any, to prevent any wires, power wires, even the small wire to touch his neighbors. We don't want any shortcuts here. Okay. Good. So that was for the ground, battery ground. Okay. Is it fastened properly? Yes. Right now I'm just fixing power switch. All good. And then this one here is going to be fixed to the frame. So just using the basic screws. Just showing you how it works so that you can get your own external battery kit. That's really easy to set up, and having an external swappable battery is really nice. Nice experience, especially when you have long sessions, badminton, long training sessions. You need to have two batteries to last for very long sessions, so you definitely need an external battery in that case. Okay. All right. Preventing any power wires to be stuck as well. Okay. Now I can screw it a bit more tightly. And not too much, you don't need to. Up. Really easy to set up. That's your battery connector. Okay. Okay. Not too tight. Last one, last but not least, the center screw here. Oops. Oh, good. So you got an external patch here. External patch in which you are going to put your battery this way. Yes, it's gonna work. So the charging connector, you don't need that. You put it inside. Discharge connector, you definitely need that, and you have to connect it to your battery connector. All good. Stow the wire a bit inside and just lock it down. Okay, all good. And here is how it looks from the inside. So you will need a fastener here to bring down the wires. Make sure it's not gonna touch the wheel, but it's not the case actually, so it's gonna be fine. Obviously, let's test if it still works. Switch on. Let's see if we still have the motors which are playing the little music. It seems to be the case. So perfect. We got an external battery for our member. That's a Christmas gift. Excellent. Need to put the box on top and you're good to go. Thanks. I will definitely make another Baddy repair cafe session very soon, and hopefully we will in touch soon with a Baddy V3 program, which is going soon to be released, and this is really awesome. We, as soon as we can go on court to practice some badminton again, we'll be very glad to share with you some really nice stuff we can do with the Baddy V3. So have fun. Cheers, enjoy, and see you soon.